Hello, world. The day has come. August 6th, 2025. And before I go any further, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Melinda Jones, and I live in Nebraska. And for those of you that do know me, I'm still Melinda Jones, and I live in Nebraska. Just so I'd clarify that. No, I felt the need to come on, and I'm one of these, I talk with my hands, so I'll try very hard not to. But I'm at a couple stages in my life, and I think I kind of want to video this part that's going to be going on in my life. It's important. But not just this one thing that I'm about to share, but the other thing too, that I think as women of 50 and plus, we'll have a lot in common. But the first thing I wanted to speak about, the reason why I say today's the day, August 6, 2025, is because I had my appointment with my oncologist. I've been dealing with it's a form of leukemia called myelofibrosis, and I've been taking medication for it. I get periodical bone marrow biopsies so they could kind of see how things are going on with the bone marrow and everything. And the turning point that a person wants happened today for someone who has this disease. I know I'm not the first. I will never be the last. It's also called the old people's disease. A lot of times people in their 60s and 70s don't get it. I was actually 47 when I was told that I had it. So anyway, results of the biopsy. The chromosomes have changed, which means now this is the time, really the only one and only time for me to have a bone marrow transplant. Now, of course, when you hear transplant, people always think surgery or something really. It's not, it's no like surgery, it's all just, it's all just put in with a needle, and then, it's drawn into me, and I hope I take it. Now, speaking of that, about finding someone to match me or anybody who else is in the same situation as I am, a lot of people are not aware of Be the Match, and that is so important. And I know I don't look my best today. I'm just, at this point I didn't care. I just wanted to get on. This is a journey I'm about to start, and I want to continue this journey. I want to vlog about this journey. I want to share my story. I want to share the things I'm going through. I want to hopefully be there for somebody else that may be in the same situation as myself. So this is just very important to me. Again, be the match. If you're so inclined to, look them up and see what all it entails, to possibly be a match for somebody. Our ultimate goal is to find somebody that I have 100% match with. Does that always happen? No, it does not. I have 2 children that could potentially be my donor, because they are 50%. of me. And my half-brother could potentially be a donor as well, but would not likely be 100%. Ideally, we'd really like to find somebody at 100%. And it's quite the process that you go into. You know, you have to prepare yourself, prepare your body to receive what it's about to come in. So you have to go through chemo. You know, got to kill all the yucky stuff out, hopefully, and then with the donation that you receive from somebody, you know, gets put in, and hopefully I accept it. I was told I would probably be in the hospital 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know, my head's a little foggy tonight. I'm trying to just take it all in. And I'm probably like how a lot of people are when you're stressed out or things are just, you know, not going so. I went street cleaning, so I was cleaning in the kitchen because that's what women do, especially as moms. I think we just go clean. You know, if we're mad, we go and clean. Kids always knew. It's like, oh, mom's mad. She's cleaning. But anyway, I got some cleaning done. That helped a little bit. It just kind of let me get out of my mind for a while. Like I said, this is a day, you know, with somebody that has the disease. This would be the day that you look forward to. Sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. I had a couple of cats that were deciding that, you know, let's fight about this right now. Because, you know, mom's on trying to do a video. Just like little 2-year-old children. But anyway, like I said, this is a date that I have been looking forward to. It means, you know, it's giving me the opportunity at a second chance at life. Because if I were not able to have the transplant done, I've been very fortunate because I came down with this disease in the latter part of the year 2018, and I'm still here, which is a big deal actually, because my father-in-law had a similar disease, and has, I don't think, lasted more than 2 years, maybe. And so I have been very fortunate. The medication that I've been taking has really prolonged my life. And so I'm hoping with the transplant, it'll prolong my life even further. You know, I've often just really sat and thought, it's like, you know what, I'm not going to get to see too much of the last half of my life. I enjoyed my first half, but with the disease I have, I really didn't think I'd make it. But I really think I'm going to make it. But I want to, like I said, share this, have this be my journey, hopefully meet other men and women in the same predicament with the myelofibrosis, and something that we can connect with. I don't want to make this too long because I know it's hard to, you know, you get too long of a video. And you can tell I don't have my teeth. That's a story that I will tell one day. It's been very difficult losing my teeth, but that's another story. Story time here and there. Okay, so the other thing I want to kind of vlog about and you know, just enjoy, hopefully, meeting other parents that feel the same way that I do, because I can't be the only one. Our last child left the house back in 2013. So empty nesters. Our oldest daughter had moved out for a while, but then she moved back in with us. I still consider myself an empty nester. I mean, she was living with us, paying rent, doing what she's supposed to do, living her life, you know. But it's so hard to get out there on your own financially nowadays. So it's kind of that process of like, I was a mom. Still a mom, of course. But once they're done with school, they're kind of on to their new adventures and stuff. And, you kind of get put on the back burner, which I totally get. I understand it. It's not like I don't understand. But it still stinks, sometimes because you're just like, oh, we're still here, we still exist, and then plus when I found out I had this illness, this was right after I just got done having thyroid cancer, and that's one of the reasons why I don't have my teeth, but so after that, and then find out I had this disease, I left the workforce. So again, I had been identified as a mother for so long. We had 2 children. And as an employee, but I had been working for the city, and I'd been there for 11 years. I know it's not a lot of years. It's still a fair amount of years. So you have that identity, of being an employee somewhere. And those 2 things, they went away. They were wiped away. And I have struggled since then, trying to figure out who in the heck am I besides a mom? And why do I stress over so much about going back to work? I feel like because physically right now there's just no way I can. I don't have the energy to be able to work. But that's all I knew. I'm like a lot of you, started working when I was 14, delivering the newspaper for a while, and then, babysitting for a while, and then I got the first job at Shopco, working retail. When you're a teenager, you don't mind so much. But, all those years of working. So it's been really, really, really rough on me. I just got back from my mom's place. She lives in Henderson, Nevada. And I just kind of looked at it as a reset almost for me. Because it's like, I've got to do something. I don't necessarily have hobbies. Although I wouldn't mind getting involved in some hobbies, trying different things. I'm a hands-on person, so I have to have like a class or, somebody to show me, or I'm not very well taught by just reading something or watching a video. Stuff like that makes it kind of hard. So, a lot of things I'm going to be looking for, So, this is the first video of, I hope, many. I hope there'd be a lot of sharing, not too much crying, but there could possibly be a little bit. I think I'm just going to leave it there for right now. I just really wanted to get on here and just speak what's in my heart and in my mind. I don't have anything written out. I didn't really sit down, obviously. I think you can usually tell when somebody's like written something very organized, and I do not do that. This is just coming from my heart. That's where it's coming from. So, I hope something I said triggered something for you to be like, oh, Well, that's kind of where I'm at, you know. Or I've got a friend that's in that same predicament, or, you know, I know some of my friends that are moms that are struggling with empty nest syndrome, or I've got somebody in my family that has what I have, and, you know, the myelofibrosis, which is it's a blood cancer. But like I said, we get to move towards a transplant now. So exciting and scary all in one. And I'm not like asking you guys, you know, like, say, can you go check out Be the Match? Maybe you could, you know, no, if you have the time, you know, the opportunity, just check it out. You know, see if it's something that you possibly are interested in, and you could be 100% match for somebody out there. You just never know. And that's huge. I hope I have somebody that's 100%. If not, I'm going to only have 50%. You know, of course, I would prefer 100%. You know, I'm more likely to take it well and extend my life much longer than I am right now. If I don't have that transplant, it goes into AML, which is a very, very nasty leukemia. And there's no turning back from that. That would be the end for me. So again, if you see something here that kind of makes you think, for yourself, for a friend, for a family member, for whoever, you know, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and watch this journey as it goes and watch how I grow. I've been through a lot. Last year I had open heart surgery. I had to replace my mitral valve. You know, that was huge and scary. You know, but I've been dealing with the myelofibrosis for 8 years now. It's been a journey. I've been blessed that I'm still here, but the change is happening, that I either need to get a transplant or I'm just going to have turned into AML. Like I said, that'll be the end of my journey here on Earth. So, again, feel free to pass on to whomever. Feel free to subscribe. I look forward to talking to you all again. And I'll try to, you know, be as open about everything as I possibly can. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. And I will obviously try to do these videos, but I will also do live videos as well, because I like that interaction with people. We can have that together, makes it much nicer. So again, I'm Melinda Jones. I live in Nebraska. I've been married 35 years to my wonderful husband, Maury, and we have 2 beautiful children. And they each have a child of their own. So I have 2 beautiful grandkids. And Ryan is married. So life is good. Now I'm hoping it's going to get better. I'll talk to y'all later. You have a good night. Bye.